This is Ulster County Community College's Scholastic Matchup. And now, here's your host and quizmaster, Larry Borzamato.
Welcome to the studios of WTZA TV in Kingston, New York for another edition of Scholastic Matchup, the first match of the 1990-91 season. Today we have Bob Sloan's Rhinebeck team and Maureen Sullivan's Coxsackie-Athens team to my left and to my right, respectively. Before we meet the teams, let me give a quick word of thanks to Bob Hill from Ulster County Community College and Rich Haddard and Bob O'Connor from WTZA for the new set that we have for the 1990-91 season. Let's meet our teams now. We'll start to my right with the team from Coxsackie-Athens. Mr. Laux, if you'd give us your full name, please, and your grade.
Joe Laux, senior.
Carol Fuller,
Senior.
Maureen Myers, senior.
Joe Capuano, senior.
Thank you very much. That's the starting team for Coxsackie-Athens High School, finishing last season with a 0-2 record, hoping to improve upon that. As you heard, Joseph Laux, Carol Fuller, Maureen Meyer, and Joe Capuano. No alternates today. Their coach, as we mentioned a moment ago, is Maureen Sullivan. We welcome them back to the 1990-91 season. To my left, the team from Rhinebeck High School, finishing last season with a 1-2 record and having won the championship both in 1986 and 87, coming back for more. And we'll start with Mr. Lytle, excuse me, your full name, please, and your grade.
Jesse Lytle, senior. Win Faber, senior.
Jean Schreck, senior. Jillian Crenshaw, senior.
Thank you very much. That's the starting four for Rhinebeck High School. Jess Lytle, Win Faber, Jean Schreck, and Jillian Crenshaw. Their coach is, of course, Bob Sloan, as he has been for many years. They have three alternates with them today. They are Colin Tuggle, Elvira Aguila, and Sean Houlihan. Our timekeeper and selection judge today is Sean Rice. He's from Ulster County Community College. Remember that we have help today from our Ulster County Community College Communications and Media Arts program. So, without any further discussion, let's ask Sean to begin the timing. And here's the first question of the first 10-minute half of the 1990-91 season. Here it is. What's this common expression? Two words. For the narrow, swift current of air found at heights ranging from 7 to 8 miles above the surface of the Earth.
Lytle, Rhinebeck. Jet stream.
Jet stream. Its name is related to the fact that it will help or hinder aircraft depending upon the direction. Continuing, second question. What's the name of this body of water? It is surrounded by Sweden, Denmark, Germany, Poland, Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia. What is the name of this body of water?
Fuller, Coxsackie-Athens.
Black Sea.
Sorry, incorrect. Question to Rhinebeck. Going to have a retry on this one. Looking for the name of this body of water. It is surrounded by Sweden, Denmark, Germany, Poland, Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia.
Lytle, Rhinebeck. Baltic Sea.
Baltic Sea is the correct answer, and that's 10 more for Rhinebeck. In 1759, General James Wolfe defeated General Louis Montcalm at the Plain of Abraham. This battle is said to have been decisive in what war? What is the name of that war?
Fuller, Coxsackie.
The French and Indian War.
The French and Indian War, and Coxsackie-Athens scores correct. This country was virtually created right after World War I as a homeland for minorities in the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Its capital is Prague.
Lytle, Rhinebeck. Czechoslovakia.
Czechoslovakia is the correct answer, yes. Here's a quotation, and we'll give you a couple of clues. This man, we're looking for this person's name, he said, quote, "Power is the moral principle of those who excel others, and it's mine." This man was a great 19th century composer, a German composer of great symphonies. His ninth was the Chorale Symphony. What is the name, not specific, what is the name of that man? He had aspects, or he had concepts about power, and he said power is the moral principle of those who excel others, and it's mine. Don't think we're going to have a try. The Chorale Symphony, the Ninth Symphony, Ludwig van Beethoven is the correct answer, so we have no score. Now we're coming closer to home. We're looking for the man who said this: "As long as I count the votes, what are you going to do about it?" He said it in 1871. William Marcy Boss, what?
Laux, Coxsackie-Athens.
Tweed.
Tweed is the correct answer. Boss Tweed counted the votes, yes. Looking for the name of this, on a less cynical note, we're looking for the name of this American poet. This woman wrote over 1,700 poems in the 19th century, but only 7.
Fuller, Coxsackie-Athens.
Emily Dickinson.
Emily Dickinson. Only 7 were published in her lifetime. That is correct. Looking for the name of this country again. It contains the longest stretch, or its longest stretch of railroad track runs for 297 miles. It crosses the Nullarbor Great Plain. What is the name of that country? Nullarbor Great Plain is one of the clues. What country contains
Faber, Rhinebeck.
Sorry, incorrect. Question to Coxsackie-Athens. Looking for the name of this country. One stretch of railroad tracks runs only 297 miles. It crosses the Nullarbor Great Plains. What is the name of that country?
Laos, Coxsackie-Athens.
Soviet Union.
Sorry, Australia would be the correct answer, so we have no score. Continuing still in the first half here, give the specific name of this American woman reformer and leader of the women's suffrage movement. She and Elizabeth Stanton,
Laos, Coxsackie-Athens.
Susan B. Anthony.
have become associated with the women's rights movement in this country. Susan B. Anthony is the correct answer, and that is 10 points for Coxsackie-Athens. Another question about a famous woman in American history. She, this woman, with Ellen Gates Starr, founded Hull House.
Fuller, Coxsackie-Athens.
Jane Addams.
Jane Addams is the correct answer. This was one of the first social settlements in the United States. And, of course, Jane Addams was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 1931. That was the rest of the question. Now we go to a vocabulary question. I'm going to list 5 words. Listen carefully. One word doesn't belong in that list. Which one is it? Here they are. Obsolete, obstacle, barrier, impediment, and encumbrance.
Laos, Coxsackie-Athens.
Obsolete.
Obsolete, the first one. The others have to do with obstacle or encumbrance or that which hinders. That is the correct answer, yes. Now we're looking for the specific name of this man. This former president's library was dedicated in July of this year.
Laos, Coxsackie-Athens.
Richard Nixon.
Richard Nixon, $21 million library. The rest of the clue was it was in Yorba. It is in Yorba Linda, California. Now we go to sports. 1979 was the only year in NBA history that the conference finals did not include the Celtics, the Lakers, or this third team. Every one of these 3 teams always made the conference finals
Rhinebeck.
except that year.
The 76ers.
The 76ers. That is the Philadelphia 76ers. Now we have a follow-up sports question on that one. The Philadelphia 76ers originated as a New York State team, the Nationals. Name the city. They then moved to Philadelphia and became the 76ers. What is the city in New York State that they came from? Give you a few seconds on that one. Okay, go ahead.
Capuano, Coxsackie-Athens.
Sorry, incorrect. Question goes to Rhinebeck. On the follow-up question, remember that on a follow-up question, it is okay to confer for a few seconds, and that's exactly what they're doing. But we'll repeat the question. The 76ers are in Philadelphia, but they moved from New York. They were the Nationals.
Albany.
Sorry, Syracuse is the correct answer. The Syracuse Nationals were a power and remained a power as the 76ers. New York City type question. Curtis Sliwa is the founder and leader.
Fuller, Coxsackie-Athens.
The Guardian
Guardian
Angels.
Angels is the correct answer. Now we're looking for the name of a specific city. This European city, coincidentally, had a telephone network in 1877, just a year after Bell's invention was patented. In the 20th century, more recently, it was a divided city, now about to be...
Laos, Coxsackie-Athens.
Berlin.
Berlin is the correct answer, about to be reunited. That is the correct answer. Which of the following is the best definition of the definitions given of the word archetype? That's A-R-C-H-E-T-Y-P-E. Here are the definitions. 1, a building design. 2, a type of poetry. 3, the original pattern. Or 4, none of these. Which one of these is the best?
Meyer, Coxsackie-Athens.
The original pattern.
The original pattern. The prefix or the word root ARCH does, in fact, mean the original pattern. Now we're looking for the name of this man. He recently announced that he would run for the presidency of his country. It's a job, in fact, now held by the general.
Laos, Coxsackie-Athens.
Lech Walesa of
That
Poland.
is good anticipation. In fact, Lech Walesa is the correct answer. Let me give you the rest of the question. The post is now held by a general who once imprisoned him. And the rest of the clue was that he was the president, or the leader, of Solidarity. Lech Walesa, Poland, is indeed the correct answer. Another multiple choice question. In 1895, Joseph Thomson discovered which of these? 1, the positron. 2, the electron. 3, the neutron. Or 4, the proton. Which one of these did Joseph?
Meyer, Coxsackie-Athens.
The positron.
Sorry, that's incorrect. Question goes to Rhinebeck. We're looking for which of these choices. As we said, in 1895, Joseph Thomson discovered the positron, the electron, the neutron, or the proton. Which one of those did he discover?
Faber, Rhinebeck. Neutron.
I'm sorry, the electron is the correct answer, so we have no score. Name these 2 metals. Most coins in the United States are made from Cu and Ni.
Laos, Coxsackie-Athens.
Copper and nickel.
Copper and nickel, 2 answers for the correct answer. Yes, now we go to Shakespeare, looking for the title of the Shakespearean play, in which a monarch marries Catherine, a French princess. Earlier in the play, we hear of the death of Falstaff, one of Shakespeare's great comic characters, but the title of the play has to do with that monarch. What is the name? What is the title of the play?
Rhinebeck.
King Lear.
Sorry, incorrect. Question 2, Coxsackie-Athens, looking for the title of that play by Shakespeare. As we said, a monarch marries Catherine, a French princess. Earlier in the play, we learn of the death of Falstaff, one of Shakespeare's great comic characters. What is the title of the play? Looking for the title of that Shakespearean play. Have to give just a few more seconds, Coxsackie-Athens, before we call it. Okay, go ahead.
Coxsackie-Athens.
As you like it.
Sorry, Henry V is the correct answer. Henry IV, parts 1 and 2, Falstaff, and then we have Henry assuming command. Name this man. United States history. In 1876, he invented an original proof for the Pythagorean theorem. And then later, in 1880, he became President of the United States. What is the name of that President of the United States?
Coxsackie-Athens.
Grover Cleveland.
Sorry, incorrect. Question 2, Rhinebeck. Looking for the 1880 President of the United States, who had earlier invented an original proof for the Pythagorean theorem.
Crenshaw, Rhinebeck.
Garfield.
Garfield is the correct answer. Remember, we did not ask for a specific name. We simply asked for the man's name, and Garfield is worth 10 points for Rhinebeck. Continuing with presidents. Looking for the specific name of this president who, in his inaugural address, said, "The only thing we have to fear..."
Coxsackie-Athens.
Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
1933, Franklin Delano Roosevelt is in fact the correct answer. Yes, and that's 10 points for Coxsackie-Athens. Name the two answers required here, signatory nations of the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo. Name the two, 1848.
Coxsackie-Athens.
The United States and Mexico.
United States and Mexico are worth 10 points for Coxsackie-Athens. Roger Baldwin's death in 1981 marked the passing of the man who founded the ACLU. What is the name of that organization?
Coxsackie-Athens.
American Civil Liberties Union.
Time.
American Civil Liberties Union at the buzzer is worth 10 points for Coxsackie-Athens. Be back with our second half right after this.
Dutchess County Arts Council presents Artscape Downtown, a weekend celebration of the arts in Dutchess County on October 12th and 13th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Enjoy a dazzling array of exhibits, hands-on demonstrations and workshops, musicians, dance, premiere performances, and a feast of regional and international foods on the main mall in the heart of Poughkeepsie's historic downtown area. The nights will come alive with special performances at the Bardavon Opera House, the Mid-Hudson Arts and Science Center, and the Vassar Brothers Institute. And from October 12th through the 18th, you can experience the visual arts of Dutchess County, featuring some of the Hudson Valley's most talented artists at the second annual Fine Arts Exhibition at the Poughkeepsie Armory. So come and explore the sights and sounds of the arts at Artscape Downtown. For a free brochure, write to the Dutchess County Arts Council, 39 Market Street, Poughkeepsie, New York, 12601, or call 454-3222.
It is, I think, without question, the greatest treasure on the east coast of the United States.
The Hudson, to me, is a beautiful resource which I hope doesn't get spoiled ever.
On the river. You'll never look at the Hudson quite the same again.
Our first edition of Scholastic Matchup for the 1991 season between Rhinebeck and Coxsackie-Athens. Our score at this point, as you can see, is Coxsackie-Athens 150, Rhinebeck 50. And so we see that our team for Coxsackie-Athens, to my right, still consists of Joe Laux, Carol Fuller, Maureen Meyer, and Joe Capuano. However, to my left, while Jesse Lytle stays in the first position, we do have changes from the second position on, so we're going to ask them to introduce themselves, starting with Mr. Tuggle, please. Your full name and your grade.
Colin Tuggle, Senior.
Elvira Aguila, Senior.
John Houlihan, Senior.
Okay, thank you very much. That means that for the Rhinebeck team, we have, as we said, Jesse Lytle, Colin Tuggle, Elvira Aguila, and Sean Houlihan. So we have 10 more minutes of questions and answers. As we said, Sean Rice is our timekeeper and selection judge. So let's begin the timing for the second half. And we start with a couple of vocabulary questions. The first one is a multiple choice question. We're looking for the best synonym for the word. I'll spell it for you. Fustigate, F-U-S-T-I-G-A-T-E. Here are some choices. 1, shout. 2, criticize. 3, close. Or 4, fumigate. The word is fustigate. Which one of those 4 words is closest of the choices given to that word?
Laux, Coxsackie-Athens.
Choice 2.
Choice 2, to criticize. Originally it meant to cudgel or to beat, and then came to mean to criticize. Flexuous. Flexuous means winding or sinuous. That's the meaning. We're looking, though, for the spelling of...
Laux, Coxsackie-Athens.
F-L-E-X-U-O-U-S.
Okay, and that's 10 more points for Coxsackie-Athens. That is the correct answer. Now we go to sports. Looking for the specific name of this MVP and Cy Young Award winner. The year was 1956. He pitched for Brooklyn and compiled a 27-7 record. A remarkable pitching record in any season. 27-7 record. He was both the MVP and the Cy Young Award winner. No try on this one, so we'll give you the correct answer. Sorry, we had already begun to give the correct answer, so we'll call that question Don Newcomb as the correct answer, so we have no score. According to a recently published book on the topic of dueling, fighting with swords to the death, this European country, looking for the name of the specific European country, which apparently had more of these lethal contests than any other before they were finally outlawed.
Lytle, Rhinebeck. France.
France is the correct answer, and in fact the title of the book is The Duel, Its Rise and Fall in Early Modern France by Francois Belacroix. That is the correct answer? Yes. Now we go back to sports, looking for the name of the only NBA team which failed to make the playoffs in the season following a championship. This is the only team to which this had happened. Every other team who has ever won a championship at least made the playoffs in the following year. Looking for the name of that team, it happened in the 1969-70 season, immediately following a championship. What is the name of that NBA team?
Lytle, Rhinebeck. The New York Knicks.
Sorry, correct. Question to Coxsackie-Athens. Looking for the name of this NBA team. The only time that a team failed even to make the playoffs after having won a championship. The year that they did not win the playoffs, they did not make the playoffs, was 69-70. They had won the championship the year before. Every other year, the championship team at least made the playoffs. That's what we're looking for at this point. The name of that team.
Capuano, Coxsackie-Athens. Boston Celtics?
Boston Celtics, because they won so many championships. That's true. That's likely to be the case, yes. Looking for the name of the dictatorial leader of Spain from 1939.
Fuller, Coxsackie-Athens.
Francisco Franco.
Francisco Franco to 1975 was the rest of the question. 2 answers required in this question. In American usage, we may refer to Labor Day. In British usage, one may refer to the Labour Party. We're looking for the spelling of both of those words, the American and the British.
Coxsackie-Athens.
The American is L-A-B-O-R and the British is L-A-B-O-U-R.
That's worth 10 more points for Coxsackie-Athens. That's the correct answer. Which day of the week gets its name, the way we say them, originally from an Old Norse god of war?
Laux, Coxsackie-Athens.
Thursday?
Sorry, incorrect. Question to Rhinebeck. Looking for the name of the day of the week, which gets its name originally from an Old Norse god of war. Old Norse god of war.
Aguila, Rhinebeck.
Sorry, Tuesday would be the correct answer from T-I-W. Thursday, of course, from Thor, but the one we're referring to is T-I-W. Looking for the name of this American novelist who wrote, among other things, Goodbye Columbus, early novel, and Portnoy's Complaint. What is the name of this 20th century American novelist? 20th century contemporary American novelist? Don't think we have a try. Philip Roth is the correct answer. Let's go back in history. Donna Elvira, Donna Anna, Donna Octavia, Don Octavio, and Don Giovanni are all characters in the opera Don Giovanni. We're looking for the composer of that famous opera, Don Giovanni, in the 18th century. What is the name of that composer?
Aguila, Rhinebeck.
Mozart?
Mozart, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. Remember, we did not ask for the specific name. This Texas rancher gave the English language his last name. Samuel was his first name. The name now refers to a nonconformist. It now refers to a nonconformist, the one who does not follow the crowd.
Maverick.
Maverick is the correct answer. That indeed was his last name. What is, briefly, usually meant by the term bicameral system when it refers to government?
Lionel, Rhinebeck. 2 houses of legislature.
2 houses of legislature is the correct answer, yes. And we continue. After 16 years of dictatorial rule, Patricio Aylwin, A-Y-L-W-I-N, recently became the democratically elected president of this South American country. We're looking for the name of that country. What is the name of that country? Patricio Aylwin, A-Y-L-W-I-N, replacing the dictator. Don't think we have a try on that one. South American country.
Capuano, Coxsackie-Athens. Bolivia.
Sorry, incorrect. Question 2, Rhinebeck. Looking for the name of the South American country. As you said, Patricio Aylwin became the elected president, democratically elected president, replacing a dictatorial group. What is the name of that South American country?
Lionel, Rhinebeck. Chile.
Chile is the correct answer, and that's worth 10 points for Rhinebeck. Now we have a bit of a trick computation question. I will give you a sort of a formula if you need it, but here's the beginning. You ask how many birds and how many beasts I have in my zoo. I answer 30 heads and 100 feet. And I'm looking for the number of birds and the number of beasts, assuming 2 legs for birds and 4 legs for beasts. Here's a way to figure it out. See if you can follow this along. A plus B equals 30. 4A plus 2B equals 100. So the question then is, how many birds and how many animals? Give you a few seconds on that one to think about it. See if you can come up with the correct answer. Kind of a fun question to amaze your friends with.
Lionel, Rhinebeck. 28 birds and 10 beasts.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Question 2, Coxsackie-Athens. Once again, you ask how many birds and how many beasts, and I answer 30 heads and 100 feet. Or A plus B equals 30, and 4A plus 2B equals 100. Therefore, how many birds and how many animals?
Laux, Coxsackie-Athens.
20 beasts and 10 birds.
20 beasts and 10 birds, correct. That is the correct answer. Figure it out. Those keeping score at home, that is the correct answer, right. What's the specific name of the 19th century American who is credited with having invented the Reaper?
Fuller, Coxsackie-Athens.
Cyrus McCormick.
Cyrus McCormick is worth 10 points. One measure of the average change in prices of consumer goods is the CPI. These
Laux,
initials.
Coxsackie-Athens.
Consumer Price Index.
Consumer Price Index. What's this number? Its cube root is 3.914. Its square root is 7.746. Its cube is 216,000. Its square is 3,600. What is the number? 4 clues.
Lionel, Rhinebeck.
60 is the correct answer. Looking for the specific address. In 1731, in Westminster, London, was the residence of the British Prime Minister. It was built where? On what specific number street? It's a very popular address.
10 Downing Street.
10 Downing Street is the correct answer. Now we have another multiple choice question, looking for the name of a person. This man is usually credited with having invented the railway sleeping car in 1859.
Lionel, Rhinebeck. Pullman.
Pullman is one of the choices. Yes, that is the correct answer. That's 10 points. Spell the word liquefy. Spelling question. Liquefy.
Laux, Coxsackie-Athens.
Liquefy.
That's the correct answer. 10 points for Coxsackie-Athens. Yes. In 1986, France introduced 2 new 100 franc coins, silver and gold, to commemorate a birthday of sorts. We're looking for what it is they celebrate the birthday of the United States.
The fall of the Bastille.
No, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Question to Rhinebeck. The coins were to commemorate the the birthday in the United States. This mythical person's likeness was on one side of the coin. In fact, it is a monument in the United States.
Lionel, Rhinebeck. The Statue of Liberty.
Statue of Liberty is the correct answer, yes. Okay, continuing. Looking for the name both of 2 answers required here, both of the American city and the state in which that city resides. Mayor Maynard Jackson expressed pleasure fairly recently in that the Olympic Games Committee,
Lionel, Rhinebeck. Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta, Georgia, would hold the 1996 Summer Games, indeed, in Atlanta, Georgia, and that's worth 10 points for Rhinebeck. 1996, by the way, will mark which anniversary of the modern Olympics? A follow-up question.
Lionel, Rhinebeck. 100th anniversary.
100th anniversary, so there are 2 answers to that question. Correct. This group of people came from Nova Scotia originally to settle in an exile of sorts in southern Louisiana. They were then known as Acadians. Up north, now...
Coxsackie-Athens.
The Cajuns.
The Cajuns. Arcadians became Cajuns. That is the correct answer. Roger Stevens is the founder of a major center for performing arts. Named for which president? Looking for the specific name of that president. The center.
Fuller, Coxsackie-Athens.
John F. Kennedy.
John F. Kennedy. The center is indeed in Washington, D.C., and that is the correct answer. Yes. Spell the superlative form of the adjective staunch, meaning true or steadfast.
Time.
I'm sorry, we don't have time for that. The correct answer would have been staunchest would be the superlative form. And that ends the second half. Be back with our wrap-up right after this.
Sometimes, diarrhea can feel like a storm, raging in your body. When it takes over your life, you want relief, comfort, the soothing calm that comes with the one that coats. Maximum Strength Pepto-Bismol. When diarrhea strikes, remember, it coats, it calms, it comforts.
The Kingston Adult Residence for Seniors is one of New York's finest family-run organizations. With a dedicated staff, our home is a happy place to live. Certified by county, city, and federal governments with a special program for veterans, it offers many recreational and social activities. You'll feel safe in our home-like atmosphere with
Okay, the first win of the 1990-91 season goes in the Mohawk Division to Coxsackie-Athens over Rhinebeck by a score of 260 to 160. That means that they jump out to a 1-0 record, and as you can see, Rhinebeck at 0-1. Still lots of time to go, so let's see what happens. Thanks to, of course, to my left, Bob Sloan and his team, Jesse Lytle, Colin Tuggle, Elvira Aguilar, Sean Houlihan, Gene Schreck, and Julian Crenshaw. I'm afraid Win Faber was not able to stay with us for the wrap-up, but we thank them all for being with us today. We'll see them again later in the season. And, of course, at 1-0 to my right, Maureen Sullivan and her starting and finishing four. That includes Joe Luggs, Carol Fuller, Maureen Meyer, and Joe Capuano. I'm Larry Borzamato, speaking for the Communication Media Arts program at Ulster County Community College and WTZA TV in Kingston, New York. We hope you enjoyed this program. Be well.
Oh my gosh! It's the Rhinebeck tennis team, and we're